This week I decided to do something fun for myself, and I went to the art store and picked up some supplies to revive some old art supplies I have. Welcome to Jimmy Dragon Studios. I'm Jimmy Dragon. That's right, I decided to head over to my local art store that I love so much. I sometimes go into the art store and I just go in to look. For some reason, looking through the art store also gets my creative juices flowing, and today was no exception. But today, I decided to buy some things. Today's video I will be featuring a simple ink refill for my old Copic Multiliner SP ink pens. I have had these pens for many years. They were sitting in my old art bin that I use for old art supplies that I just don't really use or are being held for use at a later date. I always wanted to go back to using these ink pens. They were pretty nice to use, I always thought. I have 3 ink pens from the series. I have the .05, the .03, and the .01 pens. I'm surprised that the .05 still had ink in the pen. The pens were in storage for a long time, so I'm surprised that they were working at all. The .03 was a little on the dry side. I did end up using the refill for that pen first. The ink pen started to flow, and I was happy. When I got to the .01, the happiness I was feeling went down a little. This ink pen was not in the best of shape. First, the ink pen was really dried up. The ink was having a hard time flowing. Second, the tip of the pen was not in great shape. It looked like it was used a lot. That is funny because I don't really use the .01 in my ink pens all that much. At least not today. I guess I was using it a lot back in the day when I was using these ink pens. Overall, I ended up just throwing the pen away. I didn't see using it in the shape it was in. Goodbye, old ink pen, and thank you for your services. So I started doing a good sketch in my sketchbook here, at least trying to do a good sketch. I just went in with my ink pen and I started to sketch. This drawing is another drawing of one of my other original characters, Jessi. I have drawn her also in the past. She is a character that I just draw when I want to just draw. I don't know how I would put Jessi into a story. She was just a character I found myself drawing who wanted to come alive on my pages of my drawings. So I started to draw this drawing and it became clear to me that the ink in my .05 pen that I was excited to see was still there was starting to thin out. Because the ink pen was starting to thin out and I use the 05 pen the most these days, I decided to switch out the ink refills from the .03 and switch the refills around. That worked out the best. The ink in the .05 pen started to flow nicely, and when it came to doing the details, I used the .03 pen for that. Overall, I think the sketch that I did turned out okay. The inking job that I did reminded me of my old bolder lines I used to do back in the day. I know that these bold lines might not be fitting for some who like anime. Back in the day, I used to love anime and Western comics. I used to draw, or I tried to draw drawings in the old Western style comic book style, like the drawings from Marvel, DC, and Image. As you can see, over the years, the anime style won that battle, and I stuck more to the anime style of doing my drawings. Anyway, I think I'm done with this drawing and this crazy sketchbook spread you see here. I hope that you do enjoy this video and my process of this drawing and my thinking of my art supplies. Just to let you know, I also bought another art supply from the store, and it's something new I'm going to try out. You might want to subscribe to the channel to see that video when it comes out. Also, you might want to check out this older video here, where I decided to test out a whole bunch of different ink pens. At the time, I wasn't happy with things, how my ink pens were becoming. Okay, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you much for watching.